everyone, this is Sasha from the Little Dog Retreat, owner and creator of littledogretreat.com, and today I am here to talk about pet binders. So what is a pet binder? A pet binder is basically a binder that you keep your dog's or your pet's records inside of. So I have for you a fun freebie. I have on my website pet binder documents and pet binder organizational pages for you for free. So I encourage you to definitely download this. There's no gimmick, there's no catch-22, there's no situation where you have to plug in an email. It's just literally free. So I think this is really crucial for every pet parent or pet in general parent, not just pup, to have on hand and readily accessible in the event that you need it. So hopefully you never need it, but it also is just a nice, easy way to have access to some of the most important information on your pet. So I'll show you what it looks like. So these pages are available for free, and I'll show you where to get them in just a few minutes. So basically, what is a pet binder? So a pet binder, and I'll show you how I organize mine, it's separated into different compartments. So basically you have your general pet sitter information, whether you use a dog boarding facility or pet facility, or whether you have someone come in or a family member watch your pet, you'll want them to have certain information, general information on your dog, markings, microchip information. You'll want them to have the numbers for poison control, a number for your vet, and you can also keep a card or cards for your vet, your doggy daycare that you may go to, anything that they're going to need access to while you're away. In addition to that, it has emergency contact information. So there is a page on my website for emergency contact information. This is basically something you're going to fill out before you go on vacation. That will have all the pertinent numbers on where you are, where you're going, who to contact in the event of emergency for whoever's watching your pet. Now, this binder, I'll just mention right now, is not dog specific. So you could have a dog or dogs, and you could have a dog and cat, you could have a cat, you could have a turtle, you could have a fish, you could have a whole fish aquarium, whatever it is that someone would be watching your beloved pet, this binder will work. So just as a side note, we also have, this one is really important. So in the event of an emergency, will you be doing CPR and first aid for your pet? So if someone is going to be caring for your animal, they're going to want to know, do you want resuscitation? Yes or no. So the older your animal, the more resuscitation becomes an issue. It actually can become more harmful than beneficial. The smaller the animal, the higher the increase of broken ribs or diaphragm or other complications with organs being compressed. But if you have a young, healthy pup that's choking on something, or let's say they have seizures or things like that, resuscitation forms are nice to have for that person who's watching your pet, so they can go to a vet and they know that they're not going to have any kind of issue with, do I do this or do I not do this, when the vet says, do you want us to perform CPR? So that's nice to have on hand. This is available on the website. The legal documentation is also available on the website. So this one is crucial for every pet parent. So this is what happens to your pup or your pet when you have a problem and you are no longer around. So this is basically, this goes with your last will and testament. This is a document that shows where and whom will be taking care of your animal, your pet, when you are no longer around. Now, this is really important to have because I've actually seen this as a dog daycare, dog boarding facility owner. I have seen this really successfully done, and I have seen this really poorly done. So people don't tend to think about, what happens to their animal after something happens to them, especially if they're in their younger years. Older people tend to, get their will and things documented, but people who are younger still can have complications. Accidents happen, car accidents happen, and people don't know what to do with your animal. And every pup parent or every parent of a pet knows, that animal is a part of the family, and you really want to make sure that they're taken care of if something happens to you, especially unexpectedly. So this is a pet guardianship document. It's 2 pages. It is a notarized form. And so it's available on the website for free. And so you'll keep this in your pet binder or with your actual human will and testament, and it basically runs down who's going to take care of your pet, if you're going to allocate any funds for them to take care of your pet, and how quickly they would come and retrieve your pet, so that your pet isn't either just rehomed to someone that you don't know or they don't know, or they're schlepped from house to house because it's uncertain on where they're going to be going permanently. The other thing I will say as a caveat to this is it's nice to let that person know that they're going to be caring for your pet, and let them know if there's any compensation to be caring for your pet, because pets are expensive. Also, if you're going to be choosing a family member, make sure that they're on board with making sure that they're going to be, and you know, if they're local or if they're especially out of state, that they know that they're the person that's going to be receiving your pet. Some places like boarding facilities will take a pet temporarily, but again, that's an expense that you'll need to make sure that you've planned for. Irregardless of what kind of situation you're in, whether it's cat or dog or multiple animals or whatnot. So take care of that. And that's on the website. The next one is vaccination records, and I love when people bring me their pet information and I see literally the documentation from their entire pet's history, just so everyone knows you don't have to keep every single document. So sometimes people will bring me a manila folder, you know, when they're coming for a consultation and they have every document. I used to do that also, and then, you know, I just realized, you know, all you really need are 3 main documents, and I'll tell you those in just a moment. But this is a section where you keep your current vaccination records of your pets. And then the next section is actually vet documentation. I like to keep my microchip information in this section. So microchip information, you know, if you are aware of where your microchip information is and who does it, keep that in here. If you are not aware, let's say you have a rehome or a rescue, you don't know if they have a chip or you don't know that chip number, you can take your pet to any vet who can scan. Just, you know, make an appointment and say, I'm just trying to get the vet, you know, to scan the microchip to see if there's one there, number 1, and number 2, to get the number, and then get the company that actually monitors that chip. So some vets won't charge you for that. So just make sure in the conversation you have a dialogue on whether or not there's going to be a fee for that. Most vets can scan it without any complication, and you don't even necessarily need an actual appointment for it. So that's what I keep there. And then the next information I do is medical history. So medical history, what I usually keep there is if your dog or your pet has gone through any kind of surgery successfully, what drugs were they administered and they did not have an adverse reaction to. Most importantly, have they had any complications or medical situations where they did have an adverse effect to either a vaccination serum or any kind of medication, or allergy information as well would go there. And then I also keep our information. I keep our adoption and AKC records in there also. So that is a pet binder. Very, very simple, but also very important for you to have. This will take you probably maybe 20 minutes to put together after printing. You can pretty much get a 3-ring binder just about anywhere. Dollar Tree has their school stuff out right now, so you can get them pretty much at Dollar Tree for $1. And then the plastic inserts I use are from Office Depot. So these are just clear plastic sheet inserts where you just put the pages right inside, and then everything stays nice and clean and organized. And then again, whenever you update your vet information, you can just slip that in here, shred or toss the old stuff. You don't have to keep everything, so it can stay nice and neat and tidy for you. Super clean. I have 4 pets. So 4 pets worth of information is inside this thin 1-inch binder. So I have 3 dogs and I have a cat. I have all their medical information, I have all their microchip information, I have all their vaccination information, everything in one spot. I also have the numbers for emergencies and whatnot in here. And then of course, for the purposes of this video, the documentation for the CPR information and the last will and testament is actually not in here. Ours is with other documentation for that, but I wanted to show you what it looked like. So basically what you'll do is go to the website, print this out, fill it out, get it all organized, and then basically just keep it on a shelf, keep it in a file cabinet, keep it somewhere where you have access to it. If someone does come into your home, either you're paying them to be a pet sitter or it's a family member, make sure they are aware of where this binder is. You can just leave it on the counter for them while they're gone. And then what I like to do is also just put a few notes in here for feeding instructions for that person who's going to be watching your pet. If you're going to be going to any kind of boarding boarding facility, whether it's a dog or cat or anything else exotic, you're going to want to just kind of bring this along. A lot of the information they're going to ask for is also in this binder already. And then they'll want probably to either take a copy or they'll have you fill out their own form. But basically the information will be really easy for you to access. And then I'm going to show you where to get that next. You'll go basically to www.thelittledogretreat.com. So that's www.thelittledogretreat.com. Retreat, retreat.com. So thelittledogretreat.com. You'll see the website. Here's what it looks like. And then depending upon what kind of device you're using, whether you're using your phone or a tablet or a computer, you know, the navigation bar is right up here. So that might be easier or harder to find, but you can always find it in this little section right here with the cute little picture that says printables. So it's right there. Just click on the printables. It'll take you to the page and you can just scroll up. We've got some other cute stuff on here. I'll talk about it in another video, but pet docs. So this is what you're looking for. So click on pet docs and it will take you to the pet doc page where this is the organizational section for the actual pet binder right there. And it's a PDF download and it's totally free. And then these are the documents here. So you can print and take this is coming in backwards on the computer, but you can take what you need for your pet binder or what you don't need, that's fine, just leave it. So it's all organized, just click download, you'll see them, and then you'll just save them to your computer and print them like normal. So these are all completely free for you. There's no catch, you don't have to plug anything in or do anything tricky or submit any information, so don't worry there. And then pretty much just keep it with whatever document section you have. I highly recommend making a binder just because it's easy to do and it's so convenient. And then every time, again, you update your vet information, you just pop the new stuff in, take the old stuff out, shred it or recycle it. So what are the three main things you need to keep in your actual pet binder up to date? One, of course, is your vaccination paperwork. And this is going to change depending upon on what you're doing. So if you are not going to be boarding your dog or your cat anywhere pretty much, or your pets, dogs specifically, you don't need to get all of the vaccinations. Really talk to your vet for what's important for the area that you're in and also the exposure rate your dog has to other dogs. So one of the things I usually shy away from for dogs that are not going to be boarded in any kind of like 6 month to a year period is Bordetella, because they just don't necessarily need it. It is basically sort of the equivalent of an intense flu for a dog. But if you have a dog that's going to be pretty much, it's a family home dog, you don't take them to dog parks, you don't take them out to dog daycare, they don't really need that one. So that one you can hold off on until you actually need to board them or expose them to other dogs. The other thing you're going to want, number 2, is your microchip information. And again, if you don't have your microchip information, you can pretty much make an appointment with any vet who can then just scan it and tell you 2 things. 1, the actual microchip number, that's the important part you're going to want to keep, and 2, who actually is housing that microchip number. So there are different microchip companies and each one will have different information to contact them in the event that something happens, like your dog does either get out of a yard or run off or get lost. So you'll want that information, it's really important. And then the third one is a list of medications that you have given your dog that they have either positively responded to, so no reaction to, which means you can probably give them that again, or most importantly, anything that they are taking now. So any kind of seizure medication, any kind of heart medication, any kind of medication for blood thinners or other things that your dog might be taking, anxiety medication, things like that. And then also things that they have had an adverse response to. So if they had a negative response to a vaccination, if they had a negative response to any kind of medication that you tried or they took, definitely keep that information because you want to take that to a vet. If they have any complications in the future, they'll want to know that that medication or something similar to that medication cannot be administered again. So that is a pet binder. It's super fun, super easy to do, and again, completely free. So please go to the website. Again, it is www.thelittledogretreat.com, and I'm excited to hear your response to it. So let me know if you've downloaded it. Let me know what you think. I would love to see a picture if you actually do get your binder all set up and organized. Definitely comment here with a picture of it, or also just comment on the website, or comment on the links below with the website. I'll put a link here in a second with the actual link directly to it, so I'll make it nice and easy. And again, I would love to hear from you. So please like, subscribe, and check out both our YouTube channel and our Instagram page, and tell us what you think. And I look forward to talking to you again. Please join our private Facebook group called I Speak Dog Training Club, where we do conversations confidently that you can ask questions without any kind of concern of judgment or embarrassment. If your dog is doing something you just don't know what to do with, definitely let me know. We can talk about it. So I look forward to hearing from you. Have a great weekend, and we'll talk soon. Thanks.